All right, let's come onto your mats. Let's get you standing up. Feet and knees hip width apart for me. Let's get good contact with the mat through your toes, through into that mat for me, and let's just soften the backs of the knees. Let's just have a little play around this lower back and this pelvis. So let's draw your tailbone down towards the floor, just stretching out in that lower back, and then let your pelvis go all the way forward, so you're getting an sort of accentuated arch in the lower back. Then draw that again, draw the tailbone down towards the floor, but keep the spine tall. And then let that pelvis fall forwards again. And then again, draw that tailbone down. Just feel that length in that lower back. Feel your abdomen having to really work, switching on. And then release. Let your pelvis fall forwards. And one more for me. Draw your tailbone down towards the floor, lengthening that lower spine. And now come into neutral. So don't let it go forwards. Come in so that it's sitting underneath your spine for me. Lengthen the arms. Shoulders come up towards the ears. Round the shoulders back. Squeeze them together. Draw them down into your back. Lengthen up through the top of the head for me. Really stretch up. Draw the shoulders down. Feel that force in both directions. So the top of the head stretching up and the shoulders pulling down for me. Belly button to spine, scoop up that lower tummy, keep the ribs in and down, and let's breathe in and out. And again, breathing in and out. One more for me, breathing in and out. Lovely. Take your left foot behind your right. Dig your toe in behind you. Take both arms up into the air. Reach up to the ceiling. Now push that left heel down into the floor. Rotate to the right for me and then tilt slightly backwards through the spine. Push your right foot into the floor. Really lengthen out through that right leg and then release and come all the way up. Do the same on the other side. So place that toe behind you, dig the toe in, stretch all the way up with the arms for me. Press that heel down into the floor, straighten the left leg, rotate to the left, and then tilt slightly back for me, slightly back, very graceful. Keep that left leg straight, and then release and come up. And place that foot to the side. Let's do that one more each side. So left foot comes behind, ball of the foot. So take it as far behind as you're comfortable. Stretch the arms up, push the heel down into the floor. So now your front leg straightens. Rotate round to the right and then tilt slightly backwards. A bit of balance in there as well. Hold that core, really push into those feet. And then release and come up. And last one, dig the ball of the foot into the floor behind you, stretch up, face forwards, push that heel down into the floor, straighten the front leg, rotate to the left, and then take it slightly backwards, good. And then release and come all the way up. Good, feet and knees hip width apart for me. Take the hands, let's lace them together behind the head. Press the head into the hands, take a breath in. Breathing out, let's tilt over to that right side. Lifting the left elbow up into the air, pushing weight through your left foot. And engage with the core as we come up. And then over to the left, same again. Lifting the right elbow in the air, pushing weight through your right foot. And then come up. Okay, let's do that again. Let's go down to the right, hold. Go as far as you can, lifting that left elbow into the air. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, bring that left elbow round so that it's parallel to the right elbow. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, without putting on the back of the head, round through the spine, so you're pointing the elbows at the floor. Feel that lovely stretch in the upper back. Breathe in. Breathing out, roll all the way up with your elbows parallel. So you're looking to your right side. and then open your left elbow all the way out. Let's try on the other side, breath in. Breathing out, so we're going to tilt first, so a lateral lower over to the left. Lifting that right elbow up into the air, pushing the right leg into the floor. Take a breath in. Breathing out, closing that right elbow down, trying to bring it parallel with the left elbow. Breathe in. Breathe out now, round the spine and try and point the elbows directly at the floor. Good, take a breath in. Breathing out, uncurl, keeping the elbows parallel. Keep breathing, so we're coming all the way up, so we're looking now to the left, and then right elbow will open all the way out. One more each side, breath in. Breathe out, tilt first to the right. Stretch the left elbow up into the air. Breathe in. Breathing out and rotate, rotate. You're trying to bring that left elbow parallel with the right elbow. Now don't pull on the back of the head, breathe in. Think of rounding through the spine, so no more pressure on the head. Point the elbows to the floor for that lovely stretch, breathe in. Breathing out, now uncurl, but keeping the elbows parallel as we uncurl. Good, all the way up, keep the hips facing forwards, and then left elbow opens all the way out. Last one, breathing in. Breathing out, and let's tilt over to the left. Lifting that right elbow up into the air. Keeping those feet nice and grounded. Breathe in. Breathing out now. Close this right elbow in. Trying to get parallel with the left. Breathe in. Breathe out now. Around the spine a bit more. Trying to point those elbows down towards the floor. And hold. Breathe in. Breathing out now. Let's uncurl. Staying facing that left side. Elbows parallel as we come up. And then open that right arm. Good, and then relax that all the way down. Have a walk through those legs. Well done. Okay, let's turn on this side. Okay, so taking your right leg forwards and your left foot behind you, take a breath in. Breathing out, lift that leg and lift the arms by the ears. Keep the hips facing forwards, engage the glutes. Leg and arms pulse up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now leaning forwards as far as you can, lifting that leg up, and then come all the way back, place the toe on the floor and circle the arms behind you. Let's do that again. Take the arms up, float the foot, oops. Engage the glute. I didn't have my core switched on, that's why. Engage the core and pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then taking yourself forwards as far as you feel you can go. Good, hold. And then coming all the way up, place that toe down and doing a big circle through those shoulders. Oof, and one more of those for me. So lift that toe up, engage the core, bring the arms by the ears if you can. Good, and pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then take yourself forwards, forwards, forwards. Lift that leg and hold. And then lower down. Big circle through those arms all the way round. And then walk that foot in. Oh, that got me hot. Let's come round, face me front. So let's have you in first position. Heels together, toes wide. So remember, if you want to keep the heels together, the wider the feet, the harder it is. So you can always start a bit smaller if you want to. So we're going to zip up through these legs. So really press those sides together for me. Shoulder blades into your back. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, squeezing up through those thighs, lifting those heels off the floor, pressing in and up through the legs and through the glutes. Take a breath in. Breathing out, lowering down. And release. Soften those knees just a little. And now bring your arms up in line with your shoulders. Zip up those legs, shoulder blades into your back. Take a breath in. Breathing out and squeeze up through those legs as you lift up onto the balls of the feet. Hold, breathe in. Breathing out, lowering down. Bring the arms down for me to your side. And soften those knees. Okay, let's add the next variation. Arms up, zip the legs up, shoulders down, breathing in. Breathing out and coming up onto the balls of the feet. Keep those thighs pressed together, breathe in. Breathing out from your torso, rotate to the right, press those legs in. And then breathe in and come back to center. And then to the left, rotate, press the legs in, don't move the hips. Good. And then come back into center and slowly lower down and soften those knees. Always keeping the heels together. One more for me, zip up through those legs, lift the arms up, draw the shoulders into your back, push out through your fingertips, breathe in. Breathing out and lifting up onto the balls of the feet. Zip up, press, press, breathing in. Breathing out, let's go around to the right and we hold. And then we pulse. 1, 2, 3, and center. Stay on the balls of the feet. Around to the left, hold that core. And 1, 2, 3, and center. Hold it there, keep that balance. Breathe in. Breathing out and float those arms down. Lovely. Soften those knees. And then come all the way back and have a little walk. Well done, guys. So let's turn you around this way. Tug away. We're going to do it on the other side. So we're going to take that leg behind you. Shoulders into back. Pull up through that core. Lift those arms up. Take a breath in. Stretch away. Breathe out and pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold. Take your body forwards, reach that leg behind you. Breathe and slowly come back. Big circle through those shoulders. And then come all the way back. Lift the arms up by the ears, take that leg behind you. Make sure hips are facing forwards and pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, and reaching forwards with the body, stretching out through that leg. Good, breathe. And then coming down, and a big circle through the shoulders. How you doing? Okay, one more. So taking the arms up by the ears, lift that leg up for me. Use that glute and pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, and taking your upper body forwards and that leg stretching out behind you, balance, and come all the way back up, and do me a big circle through those arms, and all the way back. Bring that leg in, come back to center, have a roll through those shoulders, lovely. Okay, let's come down the end of our mat now. Okay, soften the knees, and when you're ready, tuck the chin, breathe in. Breathe out round through that spine. Let's have a nice articulation. Breathe as we go down. Feel each vertebra gently stretching away as we roll down through that spine. Let the head go long. Lovely. Either fingertips on the floor. If you can't touch the floor, just gently behind the calf muscles is absolutely fine here. But if you can touch the floor, here is good. Take a breath in. Breathing out and stretching through the backs of those legs. Get that lovely length in the hamstring. Even push your weight back into your heels a little bit if you can. Good, and then soften them off. And then do that again for me. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lengthen the backs of those legs. Push back. And then gently just rock from right to left. So taking the weight almost sort of in the outside of the foot. Rocking from right to left. And you'll get this stretch happening to the outside of the leg as well. Running down the backs of the legs. So sway those hips from right to left. So either here, holding the backs of the legs, or here, fingers on the floor, whichever is easiest for you. Lovely, come to center, soften knees, breathe in. Breathing out, let's walk down onto your mat. Okay, we're going to come into full point kneeling. Now, I'm going to do my arm closest to you because it's easier for me to demonstrate, so you can follow me. Or if you use the arm closest to me,
then as we rotate, you'll be able to see a little bit easier. So if you want to use if you're the same way around as me, you want to use your right arm, that's absolutely fine. We're going to do it on both sides anyway. So you take one arm and you place that arm in the small of the back, okay? Other hand is underneath your shoulder, knees underneath hips. If you do need to put another support underneath the knee, that's absolutely fine. Now, normally when we do a chest opener, the movement is from the chest, hence why it's called a chest opener. I want you to draw your shoulders into back, flat back, engage the core. I want you to lead with the shoulder, so with your right shoulder. So lead with the shoulder, pull the shoulder. Imagine it's the shoulder that's pulling you round, not the chest that's pulling you round. And then release it all the way back down. Do that again for me. So think about it, it's the shoulder that's pulling you round, the chest is following your shoulder. Keep it going, keep it going, keep going further. And then release it away. And then do that again for me. So imagine it's the shoulder that's pulling you round. Just keep the hips still if you can, brace the core. Go on, let's go a bit more, a bit more, a bit more. And then release as we come back. Stretch out into child's pose. Just give that supporting arm a bit of a stretch. Lovely. And we'll do that on the other side in just a while. Now bring yourself all the way up into a kneeling position. And again, if you want a bit of support underneath your kneecaps, that's fine. And equally with your feet. If you find this hard and you feel you've got to do that, then maybe put a cushion underneath the front of your feet, and that stops you from getting cramp. The shoulder blades into your back. Imagine you're doing a squat and you're pushing your bottom out behind you. Take a breath in. Breathing out, stick your bottom out, coming down towards your heels, and then push up through your legs and come back to center. And again, breathing out, push your bottom away. And breathing in as we come back. And again, pushing out. And breathing in as we come back. Lovely. And again, push your bottom away. See my nice diagonal line. And push all the way up. 2 more. Breathe out, little squat. And breathe in, push up. Last one, breathe out, little squat. Breathe in and push up. Lovely. Now place the hands on the hips for me. Take yourself down into a squat. I would go probably about halfway down to begin with. Now, I want you to bring your hips around to the right, like you're drawing a smiley face, and around to the left. So circle around to the right, circle around to the left. Keep that going. I'll do it here facing. I don't know if that will help you. So to the right, probably, and to the left. So you're drawing a smiley face, but you're not coming out of your little squat. Keep it going. So you're really here working the glutes and the quads. Good. Keep the back straight and the core engaged. Smiley face. Good. Last few. Can we feel it in our legs? 3. I can. 2. Last one. Come back to neutral and then push all the way up. Good stuff. Well done. Okay, let's come down. Hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. We're going to do our lead with the shoulder on the other side. So I'm going to be turning away from you. So place the hand in the small of the back. And remember, we're not twisting from the chest. We're leading with the shoulder. So take a breath in. And as you breathe out, lead with the shoulder. It's the shoulder that's pulling you round and everything else is following the shoulder. And then release and come back to center. Good, and again, breathe in. Breathing out and push round. If you need an extra breath, you go for it. I think I do. And then come all the way back to center. And one last one. So lead with the shoulder, pull the shoulder round, pull the shoulder round. See how far you can go. And then come back to center. Take both arms out long and pull back. Have a nice stretch into your child's pose. Fantastic. And then from here, come down onto your forearms. Take one leg out long. Are you ready? Take the other leg out long and then lower your hips into plank for me. Take one leg away, point the toe and pulse 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Place that toe down. Other leg, left leg is for me, and pulse 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and place down. And again, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and place down. Last one for me. Point that toe, 1 and 2, good. 3 and 4 and place down. Soften those knees, flatten the feet, drop the hips down, reach up through that chest, reach, 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 and then relax. Now I'm going to wiggle myself back a little bit here, so I've got a bit of space. Lovely, okay. So I'm going to bring my hands in front of my shoulders with my thumbs roughly in line with my nose. Thumbs in line with my nose. Feet about hip width apart, draw my shoulder blades into my back. So let's do a nice swan. Take a breath in. Breathing out, lift the chest. And keep going. Lift the head, look forwards. Good. And lead with the chest. Rather than kind of scrunching the lower back, slowly coming down. Lead with that chest. And then the head comes into alignment. Do that again for me. So push up with the chest. As the chest kind of comes forward, start to lift the chin and keep pushing forwards and upwards with that chest. If you can't come all the way up, that's fine. You go up as far as is comfortable for your body. And then coming down, bringing yourself down through your wrists, your forearms, your elbows, your chest is working down, and your head is the last thing to come down. So let's add a leg into that. So keep both feet on the floor for now, reach them away, shoulders into back. When you're ready, gently press into the floor, lift the chest, lead with the chest, start to lift the head, come all the way up into your swan, shoulders down. Now that right leg, just lengthen that right leg away. Working down through your swan, keep lengthening and lifting as you would come down through your swan, taking that right leg up long, long, long for me. Good, and then float it down. And then left leg will do on this one. So shoulders down, lift the chest, remember. Lift, lift, lift with that chest. Come up as far as you're comfortable. Watch the shoulders arc around your ears. Left leg now, I'm lifting and squeezing the back of my thigh. Slowly coming down. As I come down, the more I lengthen that left leg, the more it lifts. The more it lifts. And as you come all the way down, you really want as much of your thigh off of the floor as you can, and then float it down. Shall we try both legs together? Come on, we can do this. So lift the chest and almost pull the chest forwards. Lift the head to look forwards, come up into your swan, shoulders down. Both legs now, can you feel that in the backs of your legs and your glutes? And then working down through the arms, focusing on continuing to lengthen those legs away. They'll lift up as we come all the way down, lengthen, 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 and then relax them down and rest. Bring those hands round, relax your head, let your shoulders. You probably also felt that coming down in the backs of the arms and the triceps as well, which is absolutely lovely. Okay, let's keep our hands here. Let's take our legs a little bit wider on the mat. Let's bend our knees and bring our feet together. So you've got your knees in a little triangle shape here. And we're going to work into the backs of the legs and the glutes, doing our frog's legs lift. Now, it should be buttocks and hamstrings that drive the movement, not the lower back. The lower back will switch on, but it's there to support rather than to drive the movement. So, brace the core. Brace both glutes. Breathe in And focus as you breathe out of lengthening out through the knees. Rather than lifting the back, lengthen out through the knees, go deep into that core, good, and then relax it down. So we're not going backwards like this, okay, straight up in the air. Do that again for me. Brace the core, squeeze the glutes, breathe in, breathe out, lengthen out through the knees. The deeper you go through the core, the less pressure will be on your pubic bone. So lengthen, 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 good, and then release. And as you lengthen through your knees, you'll notice your hamstrings are really going to work hard. 2 more. Brace your core. Fire up both glutes as hard as you can. Breathing in, breathing out, pushing out through the knees, switching on those hamstrings. Go deeper into that core if you need to. Hold, good, and then release. Fantastic. 1 more for me. Brace the core. Both glutes, give them a squeeze. Good, breathe in. Breathing out and lengthen out through those knees. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Those knees should float. Good. And then release. And then relax those legs down for me. Bring those legs into parallel. Will be absolutely great. And take your arms long on the mat. Nose just over the mat. Feet around about hip width apart. So you can do opposite arm, opposite leg with a little lift. Focus on lengthening away. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, right arm, left leg, lengthen, lifting the chest, but keep looking down at the floor. And then slowly coming down. And then the other side. Right leg, left arm, lengthen, really stretch. Fire up that glute. And then come down. And again, right arm, left leg, lengthen. Good. And then come down, fantastic. And again, and lengthen. Good. And then come down. Now both together if you feel you can. If this hurts your back, go back to opposites. Breathe in, breathing out, both arms, both legs, lengthen. And slowly come down. And again, watch those shoulders don't scrunch up, shoulders down, and lengthen. Hold that core, squeeze those glutes. And slowly come down. And 1 more for me, breath in. Breathe out and lift, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Stretch away. And slowly come all the way down. Bring those hands in, back in for me. That's really good, well done. So from here, we're going to come up into Sphinx position. So let's get our elbows underneath our shoulders with our forearms flat on the floor. Shoulders are down, so we don't want to be collapsed into our shoulders here like a tortoise. We want to come all the way up, shoulders down. Legs should now be hip width apart for me. We're just going to do a little pelvic peel just to work the lower back in the opposite direction. So think about your tailbone. You are circling your tailbone down towards the floor, okay? So we're drawing it that way towards the floor. So have nice and lifted through the chest, feet on the floor, draw shoulders down, breathe in. Now as you breathe out, draw your tailbone down and just see if you can lift your pubic bone off the floor by drawing your tailbone around and then release it all the way back. And you're going to take the strain in your shoulders as you do that. Take a breath in, breathing out. Now tuck, tuck, tuck it round, tuck it round. See if you can just peel the pubic bone off the floor, hold, and then release it back away. It's quite a small movement. Good, and again, push up through those shoulders and then pull your pubic bone round, gently peel it off the floor. This is so good for strengthening your lower back, working into your shoulders, and then release it away. Lovely, and last one. Draw your pubic bone round towards the floor. Good. So your tailbone round towards the floor. You should peel the pubic bone off of your mat. Hold. And then release it away. Well done, guys. All right, let's take one arm long. Let's come all the way over onto your side to face me. I'm just going to come in slightly. I need a little bit of space. Take your legs long, your arm long for me. Have your hand here, however is comfortable. Rest your head on your arm. Bring your fingertips in front of you for support. Make sure the hips are stacked and make sure the feet are in line with your body. It's really easy actually to let these feet move behind you. So just have a little glance down. Make sure you're nice in alignment. Pull up through that core, fingertips on the floor. Let's take this top leg in line with the bottom leg. Now, if you're feeling a little unsteady, you can fold this one back. If you can keep it long, that would be absolutely great. We start here. We move to here if you feel able to, okay? All right, point that toe to begin with. We're going to go forwards, but they're very little circles. Good, here we go. We really kind of get a little bit of speed as you circle forwards. Good, and circle, circle, circle. And as you're circling, you're reaching that leg away. Keep the knee facing forwards, little circle. If you can, bring the hand to the hip. So now you've got to really work on your stability. So they're quite fast, quite small. And push, 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 push. Reach that leg away. Good. Push, 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 push. Reach that leg away and hold. Now flex. We're going to go backwards through your circle, circle. So we're now circling backwards, but with a flexed foot. If you need to bring your hand back in front of you, that's fine. If you can keep your hand on your hip, elbow to the ceiling, even better. Drive your bottom leg into the mat and circle, 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 circle. Good, keep it going. Try to keep your upper body still as you can. Good, and circle, circle, circle. Good, keep it going, keep it going. Lovely, and 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Soften those knees. Well done. Good, bring your hand in front of you and bring your knees all the way up. So you've got a nice right angle here at the knee and another right angle at the hip, and your shins are pretty much parallel with the edge of your mat. Fold your elbow forwards and take that hand behind the head and then lace the fingers together, okay? So you're just kind of holding your head off the floor. Okay, there's a little bit to this one, so you may want to watch my first repetition and see how you go. We're going to float that top leg up just slightly above the hip line, and we're going to extend that leg away forwards. Then I'm going to rotate that leg to the ceiling, and now I'm going to control my pelvis down, and as I do, I extend the other leg and I roll gently without going plonk onto my back, legs wide. Then I curl, ribs down, pull the legs towards me slightly, and then I take them away. Now I keep facing the ceiling as I push my legs over. Keep facing the ceiling, keep facing the ceiling. I bend my bottom leg in, I come all the way over, and then I bend that leg in. How did you do? Quite a lot to that one. Lots of control, it's slow. So float up above the hip line. Extend that leg forwards. Now start to rotate to the ceiling. As we come onto the buttocks, we extend the bottom leg and then we roll. I'm using my bottom elbow just to control myself onto my back without going plonk. No plonking. Okay, ribs down, curl towards those legs, and then release. Keep facing the ceiling and move those hips forwards. Keep facing the ceiling, keep facing the ceiling. Oh, control. Good, rolling all the way over. Bend that knee and float down. Alrighty, let's try 2 more of those. Okay, float up above the hip line. Good, extend that top leg. Are we ready? So up to the ceiling with that top leg, and as we roll over, that foot's automatically coming off, I'm extending it away, and now is the control through the core. As I roll down through my pelvis onto my lower back, without going clonk. Good, and then I reach down, curl towards my legs, pull them in. And then I release, keep myself facing the ceiling as I move my legs back. And then here I'm using my obliques now in my waist. How far can you keep your body there? Good, bend the knee just before that. That comes to the ground, and then all the way over with that top leg, let the spine come with you. Bend that knee in. One more of those. So floating up above the hip line and extend, and now start to circle through the spine. Really pull up through the core as that bottom leg comes off, extend it away, and then we are going to control our body using our core, rolling down through the back of the hips and the back of the pelvis. Good, into a leg free on our back, and then we're going to curl. And then we're going to release, we're going to stay facing the ceiling, we're going to move those legs back, using the obliques in the waist to control. Using them, oh, I went a little bit fast there. Good. Bend that knee, come all the way over, and rest that knee in. Well done. Take hold of that top foot, take your bottom arm long, relax the head, pull that foot in towards you, and push your hips forwards. Oh, well done, guys, that was really good, really good. Lovely. Keep pushing those hips forwards for me. Good. And then release. Now roll onto your back. So if you need a cushion underneath your head on your back, then please go ahead and use one, that's absolutely fine. So bring yourself to your feet and knees are hip width apart. Lace the fingers together for me and just bring them behind the back of the head. Elbows nice and wide, feet and knees about hip width apart. So bring one leg into tabletop for me and then the other leg into tabletop. Brace that core nice and deeply. Let's have a little curl up, support the weight of the head, curl up and hold. If you don't want to curl up, you don't need to, as you know. So take your right leg away long and draw your left knee in towards you, stretch away, and then switch. Draw in, stretch away, and then switch. Good, draw in, stretch away, and then switch. Breathe. So you're really putting that knee in, you're really stretching that long leg away. Now try to twist to that knee for me. So draw in, twist, stretch away. Draw in, twist, keep yourself up. Draw in, twist. Now if you've got your head down, you can just pull that elbow around, or you can be all the way up and stretch away. Good, again. Stretch away, two more. Last one. And hug in. Hug those knees in, relax that head down. Give those abdominals a little bit of a rest. Well done. And then bring your feet down to the floor. So have your feet comfortably close to your bottom and place your hands down by the side of your body. Draw your shoulder blades into your back. And when you're ready, we're going to do a press up and we're going to do a roll down. Okay, take a breath in. As you breathe out, press the hips up. So really pushing up and through, squeezing the glutes. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, let's articulate down through that spine, one vertebra at a time. Putting your tailbone round and underneath you, and then release the pelvis. Stretch the arms back down if you need to. Breathe in, breathing out, press up. Now as we roll down, the arms are going to flow up as we roll down through the spine. Tucking that tailbone under. Keep the shoulders into your back. Roll all the way down and have the hands just above the floor. Reach the hands away, breathing in, bit of power. Breathe out, press up. Breathe in. And then slowly letting those arms float as we roll down through that spine. Bringing the arms up and over, rolling that lower back in. Coming down by the ears, just off the floor as we relax the pelvis. Stretch the arms away, power, last one, breathe in. Breathing out, press up, squeeze those glutes for me, a little bit higher, stretch out through those knees. Take a breath in. Breathing out and rolling down through that spine. Breathe. Good, articulating down through your quads working, through your hamstrings and glutes working. Draw your tailbone underneath you, shoulders away from the ears as the arms come over. Good, let the arms just lay on the floor, just relax for me, and then gently roll the knees from right to left. Just letting the hip just float off, keeping the hands on the floor. You get that little stretch through. That's nice. And then come to centre. Okay, let's bring those arms over, place them on the floor. We're going to keep those here this time, so take a breath in. Breathing out and press up to a point that you can hold. So don't overextend the spine if you can't hold it there, okay? Take a breath in. Right leg, switch the weight into the left leg, right leg, heel and lift up into tabletop. Now we're going to tap, tap and up, tap and up. Now lengthen out through that left knee, keep the left hip up, through the left hamstring working. Good. Tap and up, tap and up. Two more, tap and up, tap and up and all the way down. Press through and then roll down through the spine for me. Putting tailbone under. Turn palms up and just rock the knees from right to left. Good. I really want you to feel power in your supporting leg. Okay, so really pressing the supporting leg into the floor and try to keep those hips up, stretching out through the knees. Let's do the other side. So palms down to your side, get your feet comfortable. When you're ready, press up into your bridge to hold. So now shift the weight into this right leg, left leg comes up. This is where the power is, and tap and up, tap and up. Good. Push into the floor. Stretch out through that knee. Tap and up, tap and up, tap and up, tap and up. Two more. Tap and up, tap and up, all the way down. Press through. And then gently articulate down through that spine, rolling down, drawing tailbone underneath you. And relax, palms up and knees rock from right to left. Lovely. Okay. So now we're going to take it one step further. Yay! One step further. All right, so bring your knees to centre. Place your palms down, because you kind of use this for a little bit of support. We're going to press through and we're going to lengthen the leg long into the air. So when you're ready, take a breath in. Breathing out, press up and through and hold. So really get these glutes switching on for me. Good, open the shoulders, take a breath in. Shift the weight into the left leg, right leg comes up. And we stretch that leg into up towards the ceiling. And we circle anti-clockwise, circle and circle. Circle and circle. Little baby ones on the ceiling with your big toe. Circle and circle. Circle and circle. Keep it going. Stretch that leg up for me. Good. And 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Hold here. Drop the leg long. Keep the hips up. Flex the foot long. Now roll down through your spine. Stretching that leg away, and then pick up that left leg and draw that knee in and give it a hug. Good stuff, well done. Keep the right foot flexed, stretch away through the heel. Brilliant. Lovely, place that foot down and slide that right leg up. Okay, so feet comfortably close to your bottom, palms down. Are we ready? Same on the other side. So fire up those glutes and press up. Take the weight into this right leg, breathe in. Breathing out and take that leg into the air. Now we're going to go clockwise. Circle and circle. Good. Stretch that leg up. Circle and circle. Good. Be powerful. Circle and circle. Press the arms into the floor as well. Circle and circle. Good. And 4 and 3 and 2 and 1 and flex. Lower that leg all the way down. Keep your hips up, 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 up. Good. Then roll down through the spine, stretching that leg away. Good. Then draw that right knee in, hug it in towards you. Keep flex through the left leg. Stretch out through the heel. Fantastic. Keep that going there. Lovely. Good. Now bring that other leg in. Hold the backs of the thighs for me. Shoulders down into your back. Now, if this doesn't work for you, then by all means, you can just bring yourself up to a seated position. But if you'd like to have a go at this, that's fine. This movement is absolutely fine, apart from if you have any osteoporosis in your spine. I don't think there's anybody here that does, so I think we're good. So, elbows out into a circle, hold the backs of the legs. We're going to bring your chin to chest, take a breath in. Breathing out, and we're going to roll up onto sit bones and then roll back, pull in. Roll up, balance on the back of the pelvis, actually not quite on sit bones, and then roll back and pull in. Push into the legs. So you're making this circle with the arms. Roll back and pull in. And again, push, balance, don't go too far. Roll back and pull in. 2 more. And push. Circle balance, roll back and pull in, last one, and push, circle balance, hold it here, and then relax those feet down. Well done. Take your legs along on your mat, reach out to your toes. Good stuff. Lovely. And then gently uncurl. So let's bring those feet up with your knees hip width apart. So we're going to go on to a C curve movement, but we're going to do a hold pulse. Bring your arms up here, shoulder blades into your back. Make sure your knees stay here, they don't go too wide. Take a breath in, breathe out, and tuck your tailbone under, rolling down onto the back of your pelvis for me. Now draw your shoulder blades into your back. Breathe in, breathing out. And in, breathing out, and in, breathing out, squeeze, and in, feet on the floor, breathing out, and in, breathing out, and in, breathing out, and in, pull it under, breathing out, and in, 2 more, breathing out, and in, 1 more, breathing out, and in, hold, and roll all the way up. Hug those legs round the spine, pull back. I feel I'm being a bit nasty to you tonight. That's good, well done. And then gently uncurl. 1 more here. We're not going to go as far back, so bring those feet a little closer if you can, draw the shoulders down. Bring the arms up, take a breath in, breathe out, and just tuck onto the back of the pelvis. That's as far as I want you to go, okay? So take a breath in. As you breathe out, right knee comes up, and we bring the arms down either side of that right knee, and then we place that foot on the floor, then we do the other leg. We go push and up, push, and you're drawing the knee in towards your chest. Yeah, so draw the knee in towards you, knee in towards you, and again, pull in, pull in, pull in, pull in, good, pull in. Pull in, pull in, double pulse, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, again, 1, 2, 1, 2, pull in, 1, 2, last one, 1, 2, and rest, roll up. Stretch the legs away about the width of your mat. Reach out towards the toes. Relax the shoulders and elbows for me. You can't reach the toes, then shin is fine. Lovely. Well done, guys. breathe, and then gently uncurl. Fab. Okay, let's swing our legs around onto the other side now. Let's have a quick drink. Feel free to. So, all the way down, taking your head to relax here on your arm. Hips to stack, one on top of the other. Glance down so the legs are in line with the spine, hand here for me. Okay, so take that leg in line with your hip, and again, remember, if you feel a little bit unsteady, you can bend that knee. Reach that foot away in point, and we're going to circle forwards first. Remember, it's dynamic. Circle, circle, circle. You're really trying to swing that leg round, but you're keeping the circle quite small. And circle, so you're just going forwards, okay? And circle. Good, hold that core, and if you can, bring the hand onto the hip. If that's too wobbly, then leave it on the floor. Now that lower leg, especially if it's long, press it down into the mat. Circle, 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 hold that core. And breathe. Circle, circle, circle. 3, 2, 1, and hold. Flex the foot, bring the hand down. Let's go backwards, circle. So pushing away through that heel, circling backwards. Gets a little bit of dynamic movement in there, so really pulling that leg round. Good, if you can, bring the hand onto the hip. Oop, a bit wobbly there. Circle, good. Flex, push away through the heel. Press the lower leg into the floor. Circle and circle. Circle and circle. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Well done. Soften those knees. Oh. Bring those legs up for me so that your shins are parallel with the edge of your mat. Right angle here, right angle here. Okay, bend this arm underneath, elbow forwards, and then lace the fingers together. Okay, we're going to do the exercise on the other side now. Are you ready for this? So top leg lifted above the hip line. Extend that leg away. Are we ready? We're going to open that leg to the ceiling. And as we roll towards the back of the pelvis, we extend the other leg. And then we're rolling into our V, but we're using our core muscles and maybe a little bit of the upper body there to support you. And we're not going to go plonk. I'm dropping my hips down and rolling onto the back of my pelvis. And then I curl, bring the legs towards you as well if you want to. And then take it away. Keep your body here as the legs move forwards. Keep your body here. Control. Control. Bend that underside leg. Control. Come up and over. And then bend that leg in. Good. How do you do? Okay, and again, floating up above the hip line, extend that top leg away, and let's start to open through the hips. As we float off, extend that bottom leg. I'm really wide through the legs here, and I'm going to control down through the hip, using my core slowly. Don't go plonk. Down through the hips, legs are wide, stretch the legs away. Good, and then curl, come towards you, squeeze. And then release, keep your body here, and let's get those legs moving. So it's very oblique now, so using those obliques. Good, control, 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 control. Can you get just stretch the legs away just above the floor before you bend? And then come all the way up and over and soften that leg in. And again, floating up, extend. Taking that leg to the ceiling. Taking that leg off the floor, and then control. So I'm using the elbow, which is kind of closest towards you a little bit, to help me when I'm working down through my pelvis, into my lower back, and pull in and curl. And then release, keep my body here. My legs are going to move, and I'm going to really try to control each little bit of this movement, not letting my legs crash to the floor. Oh, still control, bend that knee, come up and over, let your body follow. Last one, last one. floating up, extend up to the ceiling, straight legs, and rolling just into my side of my body. Now I'm lifting off, I extend that bottom leg, and now I've got to control that pelvis and lower back down to the floor. So I'm almost pushing the hip that's furthest away from you down towards the floor, and then controlling down to the back of my pelvis. Good, then pulling those legs towards you, curling, driving the ribs down, and then release. Staying here with the upper body as my legs move forwards, controlling over that hip. Use those core muscles. Use the upper body to counteract your balance. And then bend, coming over, and then relax. Take that bottom leg long, grab hold of that top foot, and let's push those hips forwards. Push. If you prefer to have that leg long when you do this stretch, I think I do actually, then that's fine. If you can keep the leg there if that's working for you. Push those hips forwards. Fantastic. Nice stretching those quads. Lovely. Good. And then release. So from this side position, I want you to gently walk yourself up. Bring your knees underneath you into hands and knees position. Walk your hands around to your right side, or you can go to the left and come and face me if you want to. Take a breath in. Breathing out now, draw your bum towards your opposite heel. Bum towards your opposite heel. To get that amazing stretch underneath the armpit into your obliques. Good, and then coming all the way up, walking to centre, taking the hands slightly forwards of your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, dropping your hips down as far as you're happy to go. Keep the shoulders down, and then pulling all the way back into child's pose. And then again, coming up into your 4-point kneeling, dropping your hips forwards and lifting your chest. And then pushing up, come back into child's pose. And one more for me. Coming up into your box. Taking your hips forwards and lift your chest. Lovely. And then come all the way back. Walk your hands back underneath you. Walk them round to the left or the other way, whichever you went for. And then bring your bottom towards your opposite heel. The opposite heel to where your hands are. And again, getting that lovely stretch. It's also, depending on the position of your upper body, it's a bit tricepy as well, which is good. That's nice. And then slowly and gently uncurl. All right, let's come and sit facing me. So sit however you're most comfortable, legs crossed or legs out in front of you. I really don't mind. Have a roll through your body. So we have some lovely stretching exercise in there, but we have some quite dynamic ones in there as well. So I hope you enjoyed those. I certainly did. Let's have a stretch over to the right. Just an easy stretch into the waist. And a stretch over to the left. An easy stretch through the waist. Good, come all the way back and make a circle. Round your spine, tuck your chin down and reach forwards with those hands. Good, stretch up to the ceiling, head comes with you. Try to take those arms slightly back behind those ears if you can. Good, and then release, big circle round, open the chest. Get those collarbones as wide as you can, and let's breathe in and out. And again, in and out. One more for me, in and out. Well done. And relax. Give yourself a big old clap, guys. Well done, everybody.